Damn, man, I just talked for like 5 minutes, guys. Sorry about that. I just talked for like 3 minutes for nothing. So let me start over, guys. So welcome to B Sports Picks. Let me kind of sorry about that, guys. So I appreciate you all that are here. Let me get right into it, man. Let me get right into it, guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you guys two plays in baseball and two plays for batter props. So I appreciate that you told me that you couldn't hear me. I was wasting my time here. So here we go. So, anyways, guys, I'm going to give you guys two plays in baseball, two plays in batter props. We did decent yesterday. We actually broke the losing streak. We had a 3-day losing streak going for myself. But overall, let me just show you what happened real quick. So let me get back in here. Blue Jays, it was a push. So I did say at the beginning in the morning, I was talking to my business partner, and I was like, I really like the Blue Jays, but I don't like the value. It was like a minus 160 odds or something crazy. So what I did is I actually took him at a minus one, and you can see it was a push. Then we had Luis Garcia. These guys were rocking the other team. It was like 11-0 in the third inning. And then we had Pete Alonso and Aaron Judge. You can see Aaron Judge got 3 hits. We just needed him to get 1 hit. And then what I did here in the Discord, I actually hit that live and I threw it out in the Discord. Look to see the value. They were down 3-0. Oakland A's was winning in the first inning. They were winning 3-0. And I said, this is risky, but it's worth it because, like I mentioned, I was looking at the Blue Jays heavy and I took the risk, $25, and I won 70. So I gave that away inside the Discord. Then we took the Mets minus 1.5. This one, I only took half a unit because the line was shifting the opposite direction. I explained all that in the video yesterday. Freddie Freeman got a hit. And then, like I said, the push right there. So the two losses was Paul Goldschmidt. He didn't get a hit. And then Joey Ortiz, he got an RBI. So what I started noticing is that the RBIs, they're getting a little bit worse. So because there's such high odds, I'm going to kind of lean off a little bit. But I'm not there yet. So if it continues to happen where they're taking losses like this, because it's been like 3 or 4 days in a row now where these RBIs are not hitting like they used to. So I'm going to take it easy and kind of get a little bit of an edge again. But for now, I'll still share them. And once I see that they're not profitable or whatever, then I'll let you guys know. So let me get right into the play here. The Cubs is one of the teams I was looking at today. Everything was looking very good except this right here where the line was shifting slightly towards the Reds. 79% of the handle, 80% of the money, all that stuff was coming in towards the Cubs, but the line was shifting in the wrong direction, like I mentioned. So if we get to 20 comments, guys, this is what I was saying when you guys caught it. If we get to 20 comments in the video, not the live, but on the video, if we get to 20 comments, I'm going to give away one free VIP. So when you see the video drop, make sure you comment. You get a chance for VIP. It's $50 value. All right. So anyways, Cubs, I was looking at it. There was already some slight indications to I might stay away because like the OPS was off, things like that. But one of the big ones was the line move. Okay. So then once I got to this point, I was looking at the pitchers. You can see Martinez and Talion or however you pronounce that. Both of these guys have a decent ERA. They're both very similar in everything is very similar. So then once I got to this point right here, there was other indications, but this is the one that kind of turned it off. So you can see Chicago versus Martinez. They crushed the hell out of this dude. So sorry, they do get enough hits. They do get a lot of hits, but nothing compared to these guys. Look at Cincinnati towards against Talion, except this dude. This dude doesn't get hits here. But OPS is here. OPS. All this means that they get a lot of hits. The Cincinnati Reds get a lot of hits off Talion. So even though Talion is very good right here, or Tylon, he doesn't do well against the Reds. So right away, like I mentioned, the line was shifting in the wrong direction, and then there was other indications. I don't have all the notes here, but once I hit to this screen, I was like, okay, I'm staying away from this. However, I'm going to show you something where this is part of the play. That's the reason I'm showing it. You come here, like you can see all this red. What this means, it's hot, and when it's blue, it means it's cold. So you can see everything as far as the OPS, everything is very similar as far as the OPS is. But the Cubs, you can see, are red hot compared to the blue bats for the Reds. But like I just mentioned, against Dalian, it's a different story. These dudes rock the hell out of this dude over here. So what I did, guys, I normally don't do these kind of bets, but I wanted to give them to you. What's up? What's up, Ralph? What's up, 3? What's up, Scott? So this play I'm going to give you guys. I normally don't play these, but it was too good to pass up. I was looking at the over the hits and over unders on the hits to see which team was better and stuff like that. But like I said, once I hit the pitchers, I was like, okay, let me take a look at this. And for 7.5 hits, it's not crazy. So let me just show you the play. This is what I'm going to go with. The first one, I did half a unit on this because, like I said, normally I don't do these type of plays like this. So I don't want to risk too much. I don't want to risk a full unit. I went half a unit. Cincinnati Reds total hits over 7.5. And I just gave you the reasoning. I just gave you the reasoning here. They rock the hell out of this dude. Okay. So even though this dude has decent record, the line is shifting the wrong way. So that's telling you, if you read the book correctly, it's telling you that the Reds might even win this game. So I stayed away from this as far as the game goes. All right. Let me keep going here. So now the next play right here, guys, let me zoom out a little bit. This is a big-time mismatch. I've been hitting these dudes. If you've been following, it's been the Mets versus the Rockies, and it's actually fading the Rockies is more of the play. Yeah, I was fading the Rockies pretty much all season, and it's been very good for us. If you've been following, we had like the Cubs 3 days in a row. We had the Yankees like 2 days in a row. Then we had the Mets now like 3 days in a row. So it's a big-time mismatch. This guy's one of their worst pitchers. So again, I'm going to go right back into this. Look at this ERA. It's kind of highlighted right here. This dude has a 2.98 ERA, Holmes. And then you go to Palmquist. He has 3 losses, 8.78 ERA. So this is a big-time mismatch. If you go over here again, it's 0 wins, 3 losses, 8.7 ERA. He only has 6 strikeouts. Think about this. He's pitched 13 innings this season, and he's got 6 strikeouts in 13 innings. So this dude is not that good at all. So what I did, guys, you'll always want to do this. This is something that I used to talk about, but I want to put it very obvious for you guys. You always want to do something called line shopping, okay? So let me give you a perfect example. First, before that, if you guys like this sort of information, make sure you subscribe, all right? But let me put it to you very simply. If let's say I get the Mets today at a -1.5, right? And I'm getting them at odds of 125, for example. But you're only using one book, and you don't even do your research, and you just throw it in your book, and your book is let's say a -150. That's 25 cents of juice, right? So let's say I get paid out. I put up my 100, and I get what is this, $75, right? But you put up 100, and you get back, what is this, $50? I think it is. No, like $70. I don't know. I'm just using this as an example. I have not thought about how to explain this good. So just give me a second here. But let's just say you get $50 back because of the odds. All right. Just because of these odds, even though we're doing the exact same play, you're getting less money than I am. Okay. So one of the strongest things when you're doing betting, sports betting, it's very, very important you get the best odds at all times. Take that extra second and get the best odds. If you have more than one book, make sure you get all the books you can for this exact reason. So let me get into this. I went in here. I went to the run line. Okay, then I went into -1.5. If you guys want access to this odds jam, I have like a 14-day free trial. You guys can use other things like covers and stuff like that. But if you guys want access to this, send me a DM and then we'll go from there. Actually, send me a text message. Say, hey, I want access to OddsJam. But it's very simple. It's basically you come in here, and then I searched. They have all the plays up here and all that stuff. I'm not going to get into all the details, but they have all the different plays you can do right here. So like batter props and all that stuff. I'm not getting into all that. I'm just telling you right here, I went to -1.5 for the Mets, and then I scrolled over, and you can see the best odds I can get is 172. But I do have access to Novig, but sometimes you might not get access to the book. So all you need to do is look across all the books that they offer, or I'm sorry, all the books you have access to, and then you just pick the best one. So there's no reason. So let me just tell you straight up, like if I go and I put the same play at a -125 and you're putting it in at a -150, I'm getting more payout than you simply by taking this extra step and getting the better odds. Okay, so take that extra step. It's called line shopping. All right, now let me get into the batter props. All right, Ralph is saying they have ERA Palmkist +3.5 at a +100. What does that mean? He's going to go over 3.5 or under 3.5? +3.5? Yeah, they might get that. I don't know. They've been holding team. The one thing I will tell you is the Colorado Rockies have been holding teams steady. So I don't know about that one. All right, here we go. Jackson Holiday. This dude spelled a little different. It's 2 L's. So Holiday, like that, to get 1 hit. Okay, very simply, this dude goes up to bat between 4 and 5 times. And there is no indication as far as the pitcher that he's faced, but he is supposed to get 2 hits. We only need him to get 1 hit. He's exceeded this line 14 out of the last 16 games. And then the second batter, guys, is Elliot Ramos. You can see he's got 80% hit rate. He's been hitting a lot right there. He's facing the plate between 5 times. And again, he has not faced this pitcher, but then he has exceeded this line 12 of the 14 last games. All right. That's about it, guys. I have basically just given you Cincinnati Reds to get over 7.5 hits. We got the Mets at a -1.5. And then we have Jackson Holiday over 1 hit. And then Elliot Ramos over 1 hit. If we get to 20 comments, I'm going to give away 1 free VIP pass worth $50. So make sure you comment on the video, not this live, but on the video when I post it later today. Also, check out the batter props. I'm going to be throwing those inside the free channel. If you haven't done so, subscribe and then go to the free channel. Make sure you get it hooked up in there. That's where I throw a lot of free stuff in there. So the link is in the comments. So I appreciate you guys, man, especially on a Sunday coming through. I appreciate you all. And let's stay in the green today. Thanks, guys. Let's have a good day.